Hi everyone, welcome back. Ever since I posted my video last week, I've been dying to post another one. All week I've been thinking of new things I wanted to tell you guys, and just like I've been brainstorming so much, like just new ideas coming into my head. So yeah, I'm really excited. And I've also had a few people who've recommended some topics I discuss, as well as asked me questions, so I will be elaborating on that. Today's topic will be regarding making my phone a useful tool for improving my habits. So I'm going to let you know of different things I've done with my phone to limit the phone use, but also to improve my overall quality of life and efficiency. The first tip I'll give you will be quite obvious, but I still strongly recommend it, which is putting time limits on different apps to help you avoid them simply by clicking on them out of habit. So it's surprising how little I go on my apps when they're on time limit because there's that additional barrier. So there's two ways that you can use this time limit function. So the first way to use the time limit is limit the time of day that certain apps can be used. So on iPhone it's called Downtime. Personally, I limited my social media apps to only being available from noon until 9. I also just don't get notifications. So even if I'm like going on my phone for work or something, I don't get notifications from like Snapchat or Facebook during those times, because just getting that notification is already going to be like, oh, I should probably go check it out, you know. This way it just helped me stay more productive and start my day on track. The second way to use a time limit function is to put a certain amount of hours or minutes per app or category per day. I recommend you play around a little bit with the time limit, see what works best for you, even if you're not like addicted to your phone, or if using your phone less is not one of your habits that you'd like to take on. I still think it'll help you like stay on track and putting time towards other activities, just so you're more aware and conscious of how much you're really using your phone. So humans do feel the most accomplished when they do something that's slightly out of their comfort zone. So you shouldn't put your limit at like 5 hours a day if you're only using your phone like 3 hours a day, and you also shouldn't put it at like 15 minutes. Something in between is definitely going to work, but I would recommend tracking your activity for a week, seeing how much you're actually using each app or each category of apps, and then go from there. If you want any help with that, shoot me a message on Instagram and I'd be happy to chat with you. I love talking about this. I love seeing people improve and helping them out, so don't be shy. So the next tip will be the way I've organized my home screen. Okay, here you can see that even on my lock screen, I am on silent mode until 9:30. I just try to stay on silent mode for as long as possible because, you know, just limiting notifications as much as possible, it really helps. The first thing that I have is my motivation app. So I'm really into aesthetics. I really like having like a clean phone. And yeah, I definitely put a bit of time into this with my widgets. Apple recently released the widgets function. So my home screen is just a medium-sized widget that gives me a few daily quotes. So you can actually connect your widgets to different apps. So this app is called Motivation, and you can like select different themes that you would like your quotes to reflect. The app is free, and it definitely gives me a positive boost whenever I open my phone. I really like it. It's a nice little thing to have on your home screen just to kind of like take a step back and breathe. So, and then as you see in the bottom, I put like my most common apps. I also put the Duolingo because that's gonna be what I want to use the most this month. I've actually already started learning German, so I'm excited. Okay, here is my like productivity screen. I have my notes app that gives me alternatives to going on my phone. And I see, okay, I can draw, I can do yoga, I can go for a walk. So it kind of just like keeps it fresh in my head. Even if I'm not particularly looking at it, I still see it subconsciously and it'll go in my head. Then I have my reminders app, so I have a lot of can you tell how type I am? I have so many things. Yeah, a bunch of different lists. Screen time, very important. It gives you a little reminder while you're on your phone, just so you don't get carried away. Because when you see something, you really can tell how much you're on it. I added a little picture, so this one is all the pictures I have from my exchange trip. Because I like thinking about it. So this picture is actually on a walk I did alone in Vienna. Oh, and it just switched to me and Coralie, who is my friend from Switzerland, who actually came on exchange to Ottawa a few years ago, and then when I went on exchange, we met up. This is actually in Switzerland, in Bourgère. I forget what it's called. It's really nice. And then the bottom widget is an app called Flip It, which I will talk about a bit later. It's amazing. So that's my productivity screen. Then I have my calendar, my Spotify. As you can see, I was taking a nice bath last night, so I had my spa music. I have my book, so this is actually an app through the Ottawa Library. It usually has like the book you're reading at the moment in the home screen, and then yeah, I have a book here that I haven't started yet, that I should, and all the books I've read. Yeah, really recommend this app too. It's called Libby, and if you have a library card, which you can get for free, you can just get the app. If you have any questions about what I just showed you, please message me. I would be glad to go into more detail. So the last tip I want to give you is to download this Flip It app rundown. So you have the home screen. So you have your goals. My friend actually recommended this to me about a month ago, and I'm hooked. I would say my favorite features are setting a daily productive minutes goal, which you can see at the top here. My goal is 2 hours a day. And it basically entails how many minutes you want to be spending doing something productive every day. The best part of this is you can track when you're listening to podcasts, reading, attending a live lecture, or just unplugging from your phone. And I love how I can see, I can actually click any of the 4 things in this app directly. The one I just clicked is Pomodoro, as you can see, starting 25 minutes of Pomodoro. I love that I can access that from my home screen. The first one, you'll get familiar with them if you get the app, but the first one is studying live, so it's an hour of study where you study with other people. Second one is unplug, also an hour. Yeah, you can see that says live 1 hour. Then it's Pomodoro that I was using, and then it's custom. So custom, you can really do a bunch of different, like whatever, if you want to do like an hour and a half of literally anything. I have an activity library, I've made a bunch. I can literally just do, I want to make music for an hour and a half. I can choose if I want breaks, I can choose if I'm allowed to leave, press play, and then my phone is locked. If I exit, it loses my progress. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and you just leave it open, and it puts your timer, and you see how much you've been spending on it. It's great. And the way to exit, you really have to hold this exit button, so it's really a big barrier of getting off the app. You can literally track any of these. You can track when you're studying. Literally, I made so many of these because the more I track my activity, the more productive I get. It's like a positive feedback loop. So you can even do these alongside thousands of other users. So if you go into the main screen, you have these two, Unplug and Study, that are live. So you see 19,000 people are unplugged right now and 9,000 are studying, which surprisingly helps a lot in staying on track. So as much as I like going back to see how productive I was in the last week, the best part of this app is definitely the extra barrier between like, oh, I'm just gonna quickly check a text, and staying on track with my task. So I have a really bad habit of going on my phone when I'm in a live lecture because I feel like the prof takes too long to explain stuff. And granted, I am taking third-year classes even though I'm in fourth year, but it still feels really slow. So again, it's really easy to get sidetracked and, check my Snapchats, whatever. But with the app, I have to specifically exit the app or I have to like take a break, which will negatively impact my scores. So yeah, as you can see, like I can take a break. It says, are you sure? Like, see you in 5. It gives you like extra prompts. And to exit, like I showed you, you have to really hold the exit button, and if not, it doesn't go. Even though this app has a free version, I highly recommend getting the premium, which is only $5 a month. They're not sponsoring me or anything. I just am in love with their app. I've not been disappointed, and honestly, I am a big believer in spending money for my own well-being. That's the way I value money. If I think that the value that will come into my life will be higher than the money I'm spending on it, then I'm gonna buy it. So $5 a month to me seems like pennies when it's you know, about my well-being and my mental health. And there's also many other functions on this app that I didn't really get into, so message me if you'd like to know more, or I can even make like an extra video on how to use this app, or, you know, other apps I'm using to stay productive. Okay, so those are all the tips I'm gonna give today. Tomorrow is February, so as a reminder, I'm gonna be learning German every day. That's my February goal, as well as improving my January goal, which was the phone use. So the way I'm changing it is I'm going to be only on social media for 1 hour a day. And yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Comment your habits of the month. Comment, you know, the struggles you've been facing, the, you know, the happy moments, the productive moments, and I'd love to hear about it. So yeah, here's a little recap of my tips of the day, and I hope you have a great week.